Can you move away, please? Oh, boy. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Oh my god. My god. He's staring at us. Run! Run! Go! Go!
That's a deer. Oh my gosh.
We seek the mountains to escape, but pure isolation leaves you completely vulnerable. Picture hiding breathlessly under a bed as strangers search your cabin, or having to use a secret code word to flee into a freezing storm. If this was your Appalachian encounter, would you make it out alive? On June 2nd, 2026, Lamar from the YouTube channel Paranormal Discovery traveled with his dog Akea to a remote part of Nova Scotia, Canada, known as the Deadlands. Located within the broader Appalachian landscape of eastern North America, the area is filled with isolated forests, lakes, and rugged terrain. Lamar's channel focuses on remote camping, mysterious locations, and paranormal investigations. His campsite rested between two lakes near a collapsed bridge. It seemed peaceful during the day, but after darkness covered the area, the night began to unfold in a way Lamar had not expected. Lamar discovered a hidden clearing after taking an unexpected turn.
We're back here in the Deadlands, and I gotta say, I think we just found the most beautiful part of the Deadlands. Yeah, I have a lake on this side and a lake on that side. It's the most beautiful area in this entire forest. Now, it's kind of funny because today I took a random right. Okay, so I'm telling you guys forever that I just need to go right. One day I'm gonna go right. So if you guys remember, there's a grand lake up the mountain. I'm just gonna go down here, see what's going on down this way. Now, apparently there used to be a bridge. There's a bridge behind you, but it's completely destroyed. So just ran into two fishermen that came through here and were like, yeah, they took down the bridge, but I'll show you it. I'll show you that in a second, but we do have...
The site was positioned between two lakes and close to an old collapsed bridge. He began setting up his inflatable tent known as the Jungle Nest.
It's still kind of raining out here. I'll show you the views once again. It's looking mighty fine out here. This is one sexy location up waterfront, man. I am gonna go check out our view behind the tent, but I just can't get over this, man. I feel like I'm gonna see like a Bigfoot taking a bath, or like a moose. Let's hope we don't see a moose. Those moose could kill people more than bears here, and the coyotes, but I don't know if the camera can catch this, but look at the fog along the water back there. It's beautiful. This is a lake that I kind of want to take a kayak to, matter of fact. You know, it's actually really nice to get out of the city. This is half of the reason why camping makes me feel so calm and like just to escape the hustle and bustle every now and then. You know, you really feel it on the daily, right? But when you get out to the boondocks like where we are right now, it's just a different vibe. Colder nights, like in the daytime, it could reach up to like 30 now, but at nighttime, drops to about 10 or below. It's always good to have a wood stove, at least until late June. Oh snap, people were having a fire right here. Interesting. There's like a whole other vibe over here. I feel like I'm gonna run into Pocahontas. Dude, there's like a whole path over here. What the heck, dude? This could be interesting later. Just kind of walk down, I don't know. So it is kind of, this is completely in a different area that I've ever investigated. So I think this actually deserves, just because it's so beautiful, there is a very, very like, there's like a calm vibe right now. I don't know. Getting the feeling that I'm watched right now. Do you guys feel that? Like I just started feeling like that. I just don't know where. Like it's kind of intimidating right now. I'll say that I am a very happy camper right now. All it took was for me to just go down this other road and boom. Oh, what are you doing? You're gonna break the new tent. Okay, sit. Good girl. We'll have to get your stuff on.
While walking near the lake with Akea, Lamar admired the scenery, but admitted that the place gave him a strange feeling, as though it might be connected to indigenous history or the presence of Bigfoot. He planned to remain there only until around 1 a.m. and watch for unusual activity rather than sleep through the night.
If there are any indigenous people here, my name is Lamar. I mean no harm. I'm here with my dog Akea. Can you let yourself Or can you let me know you're indigenous? Part of the Mi'kmaq people? The Mi'kmaq? Okay, now I'm starting to feel like really watched.
Nasty.
No, I'm not nasty. Are you nasty? Please don't be nasty to me.
Trust me.
Well, what's your name? How can I trust you if you haven't told me your name yet? Can you tell me your name? The hell was that? Seriously, what was that?
He killed us.
Whoa. Who is he? Who are we talking to right now, and who is him? So it's 8:45, so about 20 minutes. It'll be dark. I think it's getting dark at like 9:30 now. Days are getting longer, right?
After lighting a fire, Lamar respectfully spoke aloud to any Mi'kmaq spirits that might be connected to the land. Soon afterward, he began feeling as though something was watching him from beyond the light.
I came from like over here. I did see like a path, but where? Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, there's a path right here. Don't know where it leads, but like nervous. Hello? The hell? There's like a path. I guess it leads down to the water. Yeah, it leads down to the water. That was weird. Okay, I'm starting to get like a weird vibe now. It's a weirdly placed tree. Branch. Okay. Just like laying down. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. What the f***? Guys, are you kidding me right now? Whoa. Okay, this is definitely human-made, but... Yeah, man-made, but... What were they doing? Oh, you know what they were doing? They were making, they were doing some bushcraft. I didn't see the blue twine for a moment. It looked like just like a weird shelter. That kind of freaked me out. I thought this was like a Bigfoot thing, but no, this is definitely man-made. Oh boy. Whoa! What the f***? What was that? That came from like, kind of like across the water. Okay, this is getting a little weird. Okay, I'm gonna make my way back. Alright. It's kind of creepy. I feel like people watching me everywhere here. That was weird. It sounded like it came from like kind of like across the water. Can't see across the water that well though. Something's walking in the water. Something's literally walking in the water. You hear that?
Prostration.
Stop now. Something's in the water. Okay, I'm gonna go back. That was weird. That was like, I don't know. Just something in the water walking? Alright, I'm gonna go back to the fire. It's kind of weird here. It's a weird, like, I don't know. It's a weird vibe. Alright. Look what that just said right now. Check out what that just said. I've been following you. That's insane, dude.
He followed a narrow trail toward the water and discovered a strange structure made from branches and green rope hidden among the trees. It was built from branches and green rope, suggesting that someone had spent time there. Near the shoreline, Lamar heard splashing that sounded like footsteps moving through the water. When he returned to the tent, his spirit talker produced the message, "I've been following you."
Are you kidding me? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Billy. Can you move away? Can you move away, please? Billy, can you stop touching that for a second? As soon as I said Audrey's name.
Find my grave.
Whoa. Good girl. Find your grave. Can you lead me to it? Can you tell me where your grave is? That's craziness right now. Like, that's... Okay. I'm gonna reset that, though.
We can use this.
Yes, you can use that device for communicating with me. Can you touch that device? If you are friendly and like to communicate with me, you just have to touch the device, okay? Just like this. Just go near it, okay? I feel like I'm hearing something out of there. Like out there. I just don't know what is making that noise. Some like faint tree knocking.
You are valued.
Hello? Okay, now it's starting to get freaky, dude. I'm gonna leave this light on. I'll leave Kia here for a second. I'm just gonna step out because, like, there is literally, like, I can feel it and hear it. I don't know what's... Okay. I'm gonna leave that camera there.
Inside the tent, Lamar heard what sounded like someone blowing close to his ear. A clear knock then came from the trees. Lamar left Achaia inside and entered the woods with a flashlight.
Okay. I do have a little bit of a break here with the rain, so I'm gonna keep the heat in for Kia. But, there we go. Velcro's this side now. I'm gonna turn on my stabilizer. It's gonna crop it a bit, but just let this keep rolling. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Oh, that was a tree knock. Yep, tree knocking right there. I'm gonna follow it. Dude! What the? I gotta follow this. Dude, what the shit? Like dead ass? The fuck was that? Yo, this reminds me of the forest in Ireland. I'm a little bit confused. Because what the hell? It's like in there. I can feel it from in there, but like also in there, but more so from in here. Oh! Whoa! Holy mother! Whoa! That was a breath! Dude, that was a damn breath! Holy shit. That came from over here. Dude. There's whistling. That was whistling. Okay, what the shit? Bro. Okay, that was like a... I don't even know... Like a breath. Or like a... hissy breath. Okay. That literally fucking scared the shit out of my soul. I swear there was whistle... What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? What the... Okay. Okay, I'm like generally like... Whoa. Right. Don't know if that was coming from a loon or something on the lake. I don't know, but that was messed up. Holy shit. Okay. Okay.
More knocking came from deeper in the forest, so he followed the sound. A loud, rough breath suddenly came from somewhere nearby. Moments later, a whistle echoed through the darkness, but his flashlight revealed no clear source.
There's something really wrong here. I don't feel like I should, I just saw something over there. There's a shadow. That was really strange. I just got this weird envision of someone standing by this tree right here. This one right here. Just looking at me in like a, kind of like a white clothy robe and long hair. Okay. I mean no harm. Please do not hurt me. Holy shit, this is like really strong right now. Okay. Put this Spirit Talker in my pocket. Let Spirit Talker play. What is that? Dude.
Doing.
Somebody's walking. This is not a good time for me to forget my bear spray. I literally forgot it. Not at home, but it's at the tent. Fuck. There's something making noise. Let's make sure there's no bears up in the tree. But it bounced down at me. What the fuck was that? Okay, I'm gonna go back. I don't have my bear spray on me, so I'm gonna... Okay, can I even get back up to the bathroom here? Something was moving down there, making some sort of ruckus. Dude, what the hell? There's something seriously wrong here. Oh, thank God I can get back through this way. Holy shit, I literally just turned around and here's the path.
Lamar then noticed a dark shape moving between the trees. He also described a sudden image of a long-haired figure dressed in white standing near a tree. When branches shifted behind him, he remembered that his bear spray was still inside the tent. He quickly ran back to Achaia. Heavy rain soon began, and Lamar heard a sound outside that resembled a wet animal shaking water from its body. Achaia, however, was beside him inside the tent.
I do have to say there were times where I actually felt like something was around the tent, like walking. Then I heard something. I don't know if it was like a bear or just like a coyote, but it sounded like something walking. Or a deer, maybe. I do kind of wish I brought the wood stove because it is actually like really cold right now. Whoa. I would definitely go check that out, but the rain is pissing me off. Like, I just don't want to get my equipment soaked, but that is definitely, I'm shaking. That's something. That's over by the car. Whoa, man.
A final loud noise came from the direction of Lamar's vehicle. Cold, frightened, and uncertain about what was outside, he decided not to investigate. Lamar ended the stakeout early. He packed his equipment, took down the tent, and left the Deadlands with Achaia during the storm. The shelter suggests a possible human presence, while the breathing and whistle may have come from wildlife. The device's message could also have been a random response. Was this normal forest activity, or had something been following Lamar from the lake to his tent? On April 27, 2026, the Hype Mike crew entered the Appalachian Mountains after dark and broke one of the region's most repeated warnings. What began with a single knock soon made them believe someone was tracking every step they took. But the real danger was still waiting deeper in the woods. The consequences appeared almost immediately. While the group was inside an old cabin, someone suddenly knocked on the door. They opened it carefully and stopped when they saw what had been left outside. Someone had quietly approached their shelter without being noticed and placed a disturbing display near the entrance.
Around?
I don't know, man. There's actually something really weird out there.
Oh no.
Just like... Is that candles? What is it? What is going on?
That's crazy. What do we do about that?
Why is there candles outside?
Hello? Guys, this is so weird. We literally just heard the knocking, and now nothing's here.
Well, you didn't even see anyone when you looked outside.
I know. Hello? Weird.
Bro, what is that?
Yo!
Bro, zoom in on that.
What the hell?
Ew, dude. What happens here?
It's like some sort of ritualistic thing, right?
How did that get here?
Dude, there's like blood all over this skull.
God.
Oh, what is
Is there
this?
someone here?
Dude,
How did we not notice someone lighting up the candles?
But like, who opened the door? What? It died?
Lights died.
What died?
Not light.
Okay, bro, anyways, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, whatever the hell this is, has nothing to do with us if we're out of here, right?
We gotta
It could
get
be
out of here.
anywhere.
My phone just...
What?
Notification.
What do you mean, notification?
Unknown number.
What? What the hell is that?
What? I don't even know how to
It's
read
not
that.
even English.
Yeah.
Look.
Convinced that an unseen person was watching them, Mike and his friends decided they needed to leave. However, the cabin was surrounded by a dark and seemingly endless forest, giving them nowhere obvious to hide. Their fear increased when a message from an unknown number appeared on a phone. It was written in a language none of them recognized. Soon afterward, the same unknown number called them. When they answered, they heard footsteps crushing through the snow and heavy breathing on the other end.
Okay, let me just call the number and see.
Ask it like, where are we or where is it? I don't know. Like, what is it talking about? Is it?
Yeah, it's calling.
Oh, you're right. It's just not. No one's answering.
Yeah.
Oh
Why
shit!
so
It picked up.
It picked up?
What?
Yeah. Hello?
Wait, what?
Dude, it's that same sound.
What? It is. Holy shit! It actually is.
Who is this?
Bro.
Hello?
Oh my god! Oh my god! What? Whoa! No, that. Dude, it sounded like someone walking in the woods on the.
And we keep hearing sounds like around us. You think it's like this thing?
I don't know. What the fuck? You hear that?
The group continued moving through the forest, reacting to every sound around them. Then, they discovered blood along the trail. Beyond the trees, a strange light was visible in the darkness. As they moved closer, they found what appeared to be a Chujoni camp. A sleeping bag was burning nearby, and a man holding a torch stood in the area, staring directly at them.
Hello? Is this search and rescue? Hello?
That doesn't sound right.
Okay, I'm gonna turn that
Yeah,
off.
turn that off. What the hell? There's blood. Look.
Dude.
You're right. We didn't go this way. We went
that way.
we went the other way. We didn't go across it. What the hell happened here?
Holy.
Dude, there's even blood on the stick. Look.
Guys, what the heck?
What's going on?
Bro. Guys, what the hell? Is that a sleeping bag? Guys, I think he's about to light the sleeping bag on fire. What the hell? Oh, shit. Hey, oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. He's staring at us. Dude. Run! Run!
Go.
He's coming!
Go.
He's coming! Let's go! Run! Run!
Holy cow, dude, let's get out of here.
The situation became even worse when they realized he was not alone. 3 men were present. The crew had no time to determine whether they were wild men, members of a cult, or isolated people living in the mountains. Mike and his friends immediately ran back toward the cabin. They rushed inside, moved through the house, and eventually hid beneath a bed while trying to remain completely silent. Only seconds later, the people chasing them entered the building.
Guys!
Yeah. We gotta go. Come on. Inside.
How's there 3?
Bro. Close.
Chair.
Let's go.
Insane. Why is there 3?
Out the way. Here.
Get.
Yo, bro.
Run!
Upstairs. Go. Guys, come on, let's get out of here. They're trying to
What
break
the
in.
hell is that?
Over here. Man, there's no room here. Guys, there's no room for all of us.
What? There's no room for all of us.
Come on, guys, hurry up.
Is there space in there?
Yeah, go under the bed. Oh my god.
Get on the cake.
Yeah.
The group waited until their pursuers moved into another room. They then escaped through a window and disappeared into the darkness outside.
Yes. Good point.
I am done with Appalachian.
Nope. We are not seeing these things
We're
anymore.
not breaking the rules anymore.
Nope. We're gonna be nice boys. That's what we're gonna be.
We're gonna end it here. But if anything does happen, which is very possible that it does, I think we need some sleep and more energy to walk back home. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
For the crew, the encounter appeared to confirm that dangerous people could be living in remote parts of the Appalachian Mountains and might react aggressively toward outsiders. They learned the warning the hard way. Never ignore the rules of the forest. Fear can also make ordinary sounds seem far more threatening. Were the men hunting the crew or only forcing them to leave? On November 26, 2023, CJ Faison arrived at the Pocomoke Ranch in Delaware with Dylan and Chris for a 72-hour survival challenge. What they found inside an abandoned house was disturbing enough.
Alright, so I want you all to imagine that you and 2 of your best friends are going to go to the farm, the Pocomoke Ranch that is. Now a lot of you would be like, oh my gosh, that kind of sounds wonderful during the daytime, but at nighttime, when that sun sets and that feeling comes around you.
But the strangest part came when something that had vanished weeks earlier suddenly appeared again. The group began by clearing out an abandoned house near the road. While searching the building, CJ found a dead deer trapped beneath the floorboards. Its skin was still intact, making the scene look almost like some kind of ritual display.
What the What? What? Oh my gosh. Bro, what the actual... Bro, what the... That's a deer. Oh my gosh. I have no idea. That is insane. It's still got its skin. It's like trapped under all these boards and stuff.
The abandoned structure also showed signs that someone may have been staying there. They discovered a mattress covered with magazines, but there was no sign of whoever had used it. Soon afterward, human-like whistling could be heard coming from the surrounding forest.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys gotta come look in this window. This is so fucking creepy, dude. There's like a cinder block. God, this is weird. I don't know, it's like... Everything stinks, obviously, but... See, look, there's a mattress right there. I mean, the mattress isn't new, but it's not old.
What's on it? Is that a book? There's books.
Here.
No way.
Hold my camera.
Oh, be careful on that, dude.
Here. Alright. You guys think I can go in?
Dude. I mean, there's a mattress in there. It should hold you up, right?
CJ climbed into the damaged second floor and discovered the head of a baby doll sitting in a different corner. Nearby was an old calendar from 1979. Even though it was hot outside, the air inside the building suddenly felt much colder.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
What? What the fuck?
The fuck was that?
Dude. I swear it's been sounding the whole time like someone or something's walking around. It's like someone banged down like a tree. This is weird, dude.
No, there's...
Is there anybody you think like living up there though? Sorry, I'm taking a picture.
Here, take that. Take that. Like, oh shit.
What?
Hang on a second. What? What was that?
A walk behind me.
The strange activity then shifted toward the yard. A 9 of diamonds playing card appeared against a window, seemingly held in place without any visible hand. CJ interpreted the card as resembling an upside-down 6, which he connected with demonic symbolism.
Over at the corner window, had several people say, CJ, it looks like someone's putting their cell phone up against the window, but it was actually this. When I zoomed in on my raw footage, you can see that there's red and white clearly in there. This was in the window seal. I mean, obviously, we've not picked up on this, but...
I mean, see that part.
Okay, but like, when I went back into the raw footage after reading comments, the fuck was that?
I just want to yell.
That's what I thought. This is weird. Really, really, really weird. But anyway, long story short, there was a card in the window. Like you can tell. Now that
That's like you got video of that being placed in the window.
Yeah, I mean, in the video it's like...
You just see like a hand or anything?
Not really, no. I mean, if it was somebody putting that up there, then you would be able to see their hand. There's no way to hold a card. Well, think about this. Like, if I try to put this... Okay, that's not gonna work. There's no way.
No, but just put it
somewhere like this or like that or somehow.
The situation became more personal when another object appeared unexpectedly. Dylan had lost his spirit box several weeks earlier, somewhere deep in the woods. Now the same device was sitting on top of a metal jack. It was dirty and damaged, as though it had somehow been brought back from the forest.
Now, I'm going to run this down for you. That device you see on top of the jack, if you know what that is in ghost hunting, that is called an SB7. SB7. As you can see, the batteries right here, there's one down in there. The cap to it is right here. It's got debris all over it. This thing here, I know this sounds crazy, and trust me, I'd be like, CJ, like, this can't actually be happening. Dylan lost an SB7 here a couple of weeks ago, and that was when we were running through the woods, and he thinks that it was in the middle of the woods.
Not long after that, voices began carrying through the woods. The group heard what sounded like people screaming and whispering their names from somewhere beyond the property. At that point, they decided not to complete the full 72-hour challenge. CJ, Dylan, and Chris left their equipment behind and fled.
What the fuck is that? Listen. What is that? Hey.
It's not like a person again. What do we hear voices?
I don't know. It's all the time out here. But that's like the part that like you think you're going crazy, but you're not.
If I can hear voices with a beanie and a hoodie on, I just don't think we need to be here. Does not make sense.
The Pocomoke Ranch, during the night. Objects can be moved by people without being noticed, and distant voices can be difficult to locate in wooded areas. But who returned Dylan's missing device, and why did the voices seem to know their names? Some Appalachian Trail encounters have nothing to do with legends or the paranormal. In this case, two hikers realized that the threat they had been warned about was real, and it was already waiting inside the next shelter. On November 9, 2019, Tara and Jonathan from the YouTube channel Tara Tracks were hiking when other travelers began warning them about an aggressive homeless man moving along the trail. According to those warnings, he had been forcing hikers out of shelters and was carrying a large knife. Police had also warned hikers to stay prepared if they encountered him.
Like I said before, our biggest concern on the Appalachian Trail was people with bad intention. So we formulated a couple things to do in that situation before and during the Appalachian Trail. So tip number one, before we began the Appalachian Trail, me and Jonathan had a safe word. The safe word was really important in situations with a certain person. So we could say that word and it would mean caution to me and him, but to another person that was just hanging around us, they wouldn't think anything about it.
So that brings us to our safety tip number 2. Create trusting bonds with the hikers around you. And this is going to come pretty naturally. You'll find once you get out there, I didn't really expect trail family. I didn't really know anything about like hiking in a bubble. So yeah, you're gradually going to like gravitate towards other hikers and just like create trusting bonds with them, especially for whether that be like getting injured, whether that be animals, like coming across dangerous animals, whether that be coming across
dangerous people.
It's important to have like
people you trust
around you.
Safety tip number 3. So our safety tip number 3 is don't be afraid to be weary of others and trust your instincts. So it's okay to judge others to an extent, I'm telling you. Really trust your instincts out there and get to know people, because that's how you're going to kind of realize like this person is not so cool and I don't want to spend a lot of time around them. They're a little like questionable, or like, oh great, this person is a lot of fun and I can trust them. And trust your instincts about those people. You don't have to hike around everyone. With that, you can also hike faster or slower and get away from those people that are... So before we get into our story of how we came to contact with James Jordan, for you guys that don't know about him, I'm going to tell you a little bit of what happened. He committed a murder on the Appalachian Trail, one person, and severely injured another person. He killed Stronghold. He was an Army vet, and it broke a lot of people's hearts. Something to know about James Jordan, however, is he has a serious mental disorder, and up to today, he cannot stand trial for the murder he committed because he is so mentally unstable. So we're getting trail magic from him. It was really nice. Hanging out with a bunch of other hikers. The police were looking for him because he did threaten some people. And we heard that he was sort of violent. I think we heard he was violent.
Yeah, he's chasing people around with a shovel.
Yeah.
And he has a big knife with him.
Oh yeah, that's when we started getting concerned because we heard about the knife. So after we heard about that, we started hiking in a group. I remember got stopped by the police and they just told us like, fight them off with your trekking pole if you come into contact with them. As they're driving around in their vehicle, they should be on the trail. That's just my... Anyways, so they told us, fight them off with your trekking poles. At that point, me and Giggles were like, oh, this is like serious.
Soon afterward, an icy hailstorm forced Tara and Jonathan to look for protection. Cold and soaked, they headed toward the nearest wooden shelter, hoping to wait out the bad weather. Inside, they encountered James Jordan, the same man they had been hearing about.
So,
that's the end of that.
So we thought, yeah, that's the end of that. Within a week later, the rain kind of came back. It actually started hailing on us, and so we're like, all we need to do, it was just me and Tara. All we need to do is get to the next shelter, and then we'll just call it a day.
Yeah, it was a terrible day. Raining all day, hailing.
And hailing, yeah. We're getting hailed on, and we get inside, and we see a couple having lunch, and then there's a guy up, like, with his dog.
So we thought nothing of it at first.
Yeah, we didn't think anything of it. We walk in, and the girl who's with this couple actually saying, he's like, oh, are you guys going to stay here? And I said...
He was super friendly, by the way.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, we're going to stay here. And he's like, you're not going to stay here. And he's like, fine, whatever, free country. And from that point on, pretty much everything that was said back and forth between us and him didn't really make any kind of sense.
Yeah.
It was never threatening. It was never like this is scary, but it was just weird. And so I started like looking at his gear of everything we heard about before.
Yeah,
about this guy on trail.
And so I'm also piecing it together. I look up a picture of this guy on my phone because they had a mugshot. And I look up a picture. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the guy. This is the guy that was chasing people out of shelters.
I mean, did the police arrest the wrong guy? Because this is this guy, and he's in jail, or he's supposed to be in jail. So you look up the mugshot and...
Yeah, so I look up the mugshot, and then I'll just go over a couple other things that happened. It kind of called our attention to him was the couple's still here eating, and they're completely silent. But he was really big about signing the logbooks. So he asked me, like, are you going to sign the logbook? And he was like, why not? And he just asked me why. And I was like, I don't know. I just don't sign logbooks. And he was like, just effing sign the logbook. So I'm, like, freaked out a little bit because he kind of just yelled at me. So I'm signing it super, like, ineligible, just writing, like, we're from New York City. And I make up some names, and I make it super weird. Like, you can't tell who it is or what our names were. Gave it back to him, and he read it. It's just very odd. Time he like picked up a log and like threw it across camp and said like, I hate when I lose control. And this whole time he's still saying stuff that makes no sense. Mental health is like declining. Like he's slowly getting into one of those episodes. Because, like, at first it was, like, okay, but then it, like, declined.
His appearance and behavior matched the descriptions other hikers had given them. He spoke in confusing, disconnected ways, and the situation gradually became more uncomfortable. Jordan insisted that they sign the shelter logbook. His behavior then became increasingly unpredictable.
And I'm not feeling very comfortable anymore. So I asked Jonathan, this is the second tip, or, no, this is the first tip, excuse me. I asked Jonathan, that was a red flag, and that was a way we could communicate with him in our presence and make sure that we were on the same page about this. Mm-hmm. So that meant to us, like, we had already, like, set out some of our gear and stuff because we were cold and wet from the hail, and then at that time we started packing up slowly and putting stuff away.
Making Tara and Jonathan question whether staying there overnight was safe. Fortunately, the two had already created a private code word for situations where one of them felt uncomfortable or threatened. They could use it in front of another person without revealing that they were discussing danger. As Jordan became more unpredictable, they used that signal and quietly began packing their belongings.
Yeah, so after we packed up our stuff, we kind of headed back out into the hail and everything, but there was just no way we were going to stay the night, no way. And so really, I mean, we just did like another 0.2 miles down trail. Tara, our friend Smiley, and our friend Abe. So we got out of there, and we actually, for a while, we kept like...
Instead of remaining in the shelter, they chose to return outside and continue through the freezing storm. Their decision later felt especially significant. Not long after their encounter, James Jordan attacked other hikers on the Appalachian Trail, killing one person and seriously injuring another. A private safety signal can help hiking partners communicate without escalating a tense situation. Tara and Jonathan trusted that plan and left early. Would you have stayed in the shelter or walked back into the storm? On January 6, 2025, the YouTube channel Josh and Jace uploaded the video. The channel focuses on travel exploration and adventure content. That day, Josh and Jace reached a remote off-grid cabin in the Appalachian Mountains. It was already midnight, and they were thousands of miles from home. The surrounding forest was completely quiet until a sudden noise made both of them stop. Josh joked about scaring a bear, but the darkness around the cabin was already making them uneasy.
If you're wondering where we are right now, Josh is going to tell you.
Appalachian Mountains, off-grid.
You've got to trust us, okay? We spent all day travelling here. We're very jet lagged. It's currently midnight-ish here in America.
So it's 4:30 a.m. back home.
But we're going to show you around the little cabin that we've got here. And this is the start of a 2 to... What was that noise?
I don't know, genuinely. It's...
Appalachian Mountains. So stick around.
Join us.
Join us. Okay.
If you enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe.
Shall we show them when you stood here in the dark? But we're gonna
Let's get inside.
We're gonna take you around, okay?
How do I look? Do I look like I'm ready for mountains?
You do look.
Inside the cabin looked as if it had been left behind decades earlier. The rooms had an old 1980s feel, and when they began checking the furniture, they discovered drawers filled with animal droppings. Dark stains were also visible on the walls, adding to the uncomfortable condition of the place.
This bit looks nice. I like the
Apart
fire.
from that, they've gone, right, I can make it modern.
Fire, TV. We have already been in, obviously, as you can see, we've unpacked a little bit. So let's have a look in the cupboard, shall we?
What the?
Not a fantastic start, but can anybody please tell us what these droppings are? Maybe there's an expert in yeah, there's a lot of droppings in there. This isn't Bear Grylls.
It's bare minimum. That's what this is.
I haven't looked behind the shower curtain yet.
I've looked behind the shower curtain.
If these walls could speak, mate, first off, always check underneath. You never know.
Yeah.
Please be clean, please be clean. What
The strangest moment came when Josh touched the bed and appeared to receive a small electric shock. By the next morning, the two were ready to get away from the cabin for a while and headed toward the nearby town of Blairsville.
What was that?
bed just electric shocked me! God. Sorry, the bed electric shocked me.
Show them what we're looking at. Droppings again.
That's mice poo in your bed.
On the bed.
Oh, mice wee as well. Is that actually livable, in all seriousness?
The people are going to have to let us know. You guys are going to have to let us know if that's livable. But
is that normal?
Tomorrow, we're going to live a day in the life. So you're going to see...
Appalachian.
I've got to get out the actual mouse droppings, mate. Nice. See you guys tomorrow.
First night, complete in the mountains. Pretty rough.
Here we are, morning number 1 in the Appalachian Mountains. And I think I can hear water. There's a little stream right at the... This isn't the greatest attire. But listen, you guys come first. So I'm going to show you. Wow, look at this.
Blairsville was a very small town with a population of only 785 people. Josh and Jace walked around the area, taking in the quiet surroundings and the mountains that seemed to close in around the town.
We made it.
Blairsville. As you can see, it looks very small.
It's a very unique little place, so we're gonna take you around with us, have a little walk. And there's a restaurant across the road. It's called, literally, Hole in the Wall. So,
There's always food land.
Food land. Yeah. There's your attorney. If you need lawyers. Shall we have a look at food land? Look who that parking's reserved. Tom Brady.
I don't think Tom Brady's coming in this.
They eventually stopped at a small diner called Hole in the Wall, hoping to relax after their first night. But Blairsville was only part of the journey. Their larger goal was to find an even more isolated place where the population was said to be only one person.
This is a proper place. You know the food's going to be good, don't you?
It smells authentic. It feels authentic. Like if we order the wrong thing, people will slander us.
Yeah.
Country scramble. Have a look at that.
So what's that? You've got gravy sauce?
Yeah, mushrooms, we've got meat, we've got eggs, we've got some bread, we've got gravy.
I've gone for the steak, chicken steak, ash brown, scrambled egg, toast. Can't go wrong.
As Josh and Jace looked across the Georgia peaks, they knew their trip through the Appalachian Mountains was only getting started.
First day in the Appalachian Mountains over. What we saying? Thoughts?
Look at this place.
It is very aesthetically pleasing.
It's hard to be here and not feel at one with nature. Not quite at one with a bear yet.
No.
Which is good.
And I hope not either. Food's great, people are really friendly.
Like a local that can show us around yet. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Meet some locals.
We're going to do our best to get somebody to show you around. But today is day 1, complete.
West Virginia was still waiting farther ahead. Animal droppings can indicate rodents living inside an unused cabin, while a sudden shock from bedding may sometimes be static electricity. Was this simply an aging cabin, or was there something else making them uneasy? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.